Hey, it's Shiana here from Shiana Health. And do you catch yourself reaching for a cup of coffee multiple times throughout the day? Or do you end up having energy drinks and you're just looking for that energy? Especially as moms, our children take up so much of our energy that a lot of times we might just be looking for something to give us that little boost throughout the day. Well, I'm going to come to you with 11 tips that I have to create more energy. Now, this is information that I heard in a podcast that I'm listening to called The Model Health Show, and it's by Sean Stevenson. Awesome podcast. If you're ever someone that wants to look into, how you can reverse certain diseases or how you can really take care of your body, but with your nutrition, amazing podcast to listen to. He has really good information. He backs it up with a lot of studies. So I thought that this was really good information to share with you because I feel like we all need this info. So I'm going to give you 11 tips. The first tip is to exercise smart. When it comes to exercising smart, he's talking about what type of exercise that you do. In one of the previous podcast that he had, he mentioned that a lot of people tend to go to cardio workouts when they're trying to lose weight. But what that could do is it's increasing the stress levels in your system while you're doing all this long dreaded cardio. So what you can do is you can do, let's say, interval training. That's a good type of training. But he specifically mentioned doing weight training because then that creates lean muscle mass in your body. And then that can help to burn throughout the day, and it gives you like really good energy, and plus you feel better whenever you have this lean muscle mass in your system. And then he also mentions qigong, which is Qigong, and that is a type of exercise that has balance, stretching, meditation incorporated into it. So that is the first tip, which is exercise smart. The second tip is to get more sleep. Now, when it comes to getting more sleep, he actually has 3 podcast episodes where he talks about sleep, and he gives 21 different tips on how to get more sleep. I think he also wrote a book about it, if I saw correctly. But the whole premise behind that is that when you're not sleeping properly, your body is lacking energy. And what it's going to do is it's going to make it seem like if you're hungry, and then you're going to be reaching for foods. You're going to be reaching for starchy foods because your body knows that these starchy foods has quick energy sources in there. But by doing that, you're kind of tricking your body. And like, as I said, he has 3 podcast episodes on sleep. So I highly suggest that you go and check that out if you want that information. But pretty much what he's telling you is to get more energy, you need to get more sleep so that you can function properly throughout the day. You can be telling yourself, and this is one thing that I need to start doing myself, when you get tired at the end of the night, it's not time to continue working and tell yourself that you're going to push through it and get a little bit more done. No, you're not going to be as productive as if you went to sleep, woke up earlier, and got it done. So getting more sleep is super important. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, make sure that your digestive tract is clean. And by digestive tract, I'm speaking about the food and also going to the bathroom to do your number 2. So when you're eating clean foods, because I don't know if you know this, but the majority of the energy that you use throughout your day, that your body uses throughout your day, it's the digestive foods that you eat. So if you're eating, like one analogy that he gave is the melted cheese on, let's say, like a pizza or a cheeseburger. When you open up, let's say, the pizza container and the melted cheese is like stuck onto the pizza box. Imagine that in your system. So it's going to take a very long time for your body to actually break that down. So that time and energy that it's using to break down the foods, it's taking it from your body. And if you're not sleeping properly, if you're not exercising properly, well, then your body already doesn't have a lot of energy. So by eating foods that are going to keep your digestive tract clean, well, you're helping your body to not have to use as much energy to break down the foods. And then also that's going to help you to go to the bathroom at a regular basis. First of all, you should be going to the bathroom every single day, at least once a day. And you're going to notice that you're going to start developing habits where you're going to go to the bathroom pretty much around the same times throughout the day. Number 4 is eat energy smart foods. So by energy smart, he means, eating superfoods like cacao, goji berries, hemp seeds, all that kind of stuff. And also by having low glycemic index foods. So those are foods that are going to keep your sugar levels stable. Now, you don't want to eat foods where your sugar levels are going to spike and drop and spike and drop. Like, you don't want that because then that's very taxing on your system. You want something that's going to keep the energy, so the sugar level stable, so that throughout your day, you're not having all these spikes where you're asking your body to do more than it actually needs to do. So this is why it's important to have these energy smart foods. And that's also going to help your digestive tract, right? So you see how it's all interlinked together. Number 5 would be to stay hydrated. Now, I used to say I don't like water. I really don't like drinking water. This doesn't make any sense. Like, water tastes disgusting. Why can't I just drink juice? Like, I don't get it. Until I really started to look into it and realized, no, water is really important for you. And your body is mostly made out of water. So it's only natural that you're going to want to replenish your body with the same water that you're putting out there with your tears, talking, you're spitting, you're peeing, like all these different things, you're sweating. This is water that's coming out of your body. So you need to replenish that. And by rehydrating your body, you're rehydrating the cells and everything that's in your body, right? So this is why they say when you wake up in the morning, it's really good to drink a glass of water to rehydrate yourself, because you're technically dehydrated from your overnight, you can say, fast while you were sleeping. So number 5 is drinking more water. So stay hydrated. And by water, guys, I mean strictly water. You can add like lemon or, mint leaves or cucumber or whatever in your water, but I'm not talking about like vitamin water. And I'm not talking about like Gatorade and all that kind of stuff. This is like strictly water. Number 6 is to use a greens drink. And rather a greens drink versus a green supplement. But to me, I feel like they're kind of the same if the supplement is something that you're going to be ingesting and there's not anything that's like a barrier in between it. But I'm going to give you the information that he provides. So by greens, I mean things like wheatgrass, barley grass, spinach, all that kind of stuff. Those things that have like chlorophyll in it, that's making the vegetable actually green. It's suggested to have a greens drink because that, number 1, a lot of people don't have enough vegetables throughout the day. Our alkaline levels are just completely out of whack. So by having a green drink, you're stabilizing that, and you're just going to feel that much better, because you're going to feel that your body is getting the right nutrients and the right vitamins that you need to function throughout the day. So that is number 6. Number 7, if you need to, now this was like an optional thing, but he knows that there's a lot of people out there that need this thing. And that is natural caffeines. So I know a lot of people that they say, I can't get off of caffeine. Now that on its own is a whole different story. And he actually speaks about that in another podcast episode. But he says, for the people that really feel that they need to have some kind of caffeine, you need to upgrade your type of caffeine. So you need to have a natural caffeine. Comes from the natural sources. So 2 examples that he gives is herbe mate, which he really, really, really loves, or from green tea, because obviously there's a lot of there's caffeine in green tea, guys. So that is your natural way to get caffeine, because as we understand, there's a lot of people out there that love to have caffeine. Number 8 is to feed your mind. Now we're getting away from the foods, but we're going into the things that can still help to increase your energy levels. So by feeding your mind, this is one thing that I love doing ever since I've been doing, coaching and all this kind of stuff. I feed my mind pretty much on a daily basis. And it's not reading only because I personally don't like to read and I don't have time to sit there and read, but my headphones are always in my ears, like at least one of them, so I can hear my children with the other one. And I always have either a podcast, a book, something motivational, YouTube videos that are motivational. There's always something that's feeding my mind that's going into my head. And that is going to increase your energy levels, because there's no way possible that you're going to be listening to something that's motivational, empowering, inspirational, and feel down. That's not going to happen. It's going to wake you up. It's going to give you that energy that you need. So this is one thing that is highly suggested. I suggest it. He suggests it. Pretty much everyone suggests it. There's nothing negative that can come from listening to motivational and inspirational videos or podcasts or books. Okay. Number 9 would be to meditate. Now, the reason why he says to meditate, because with this one, I didn't really understand at first. But he says that with the meditation, there's deep breathing that's involved. And when you deep breathe, what happens? you're bringing oxygen into your body. And by bringing oxygen into your body, you are wakening your body up. So it like all comes together. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So by meditating and doing the deep breathing, then you are bringing oxygen to your body, which is waking you up and it's giving you more energy. So even if you're like, I don't know how to meditate, just sit there for like 40 seconds and take really deep breaths and do that a few times a day. And you're going to notice a complete difference in your energy levels. And then number 10 is to recharge, but based on your personality style. Now, this was a little interesting because, a lot of people tell you, oh, after an event, go home and just like powwow through everything. But if you're an introvert, you're not going to feel like doing that. You're going to come home from an event, from a Christmas party, from a work party, from anything, and you're going to feel like, you know what? I just want to sit down and I want to do nothing. Like, that's what I want to do right now. I just want to do absolutely nothing. And that's okay. If you're an introvert, that is okay. You need to know what works best for you. Whereas if you're an extrovert and you want to come home and you want to, call everyone and tell them how it went and all that kind of stuff, and that's how you recharge, that's okay as well. But you need to do it based on what your personality style is. So knowing what your personality type is at first, it's like the important part, and then recharge based on that. And then the last thing is to program your subconscious. So this kind of goes with feeding your mind, and it's basically positive self-talk. What do you tell yourself? You need to pay attention to how you're speaking to yourself. So if you tell yourself, I'm tired, you're going to be tired. It's like for sure. If you tell yourself, I'm not a morning person, you're not going to be a morning person. No matter what you tell yourself, you're right. Okay? So if you tell yourself, I'm always broke, well, you're going to always be broke, because what you tell yourself is what you're focused on, and what you focus on is what's going to happen in your life. So you need to have this positive self-talk where you tell yourself, you know what, I might be tired, but I'm going to get up and I'm going to do this. Or you tell yourself, you know what, I might not have had a good sleep, but I'm deciding right now to be in a good mood, to be in a better mood. Someone upset me, I'm going to be in a better mood. And by having this self-talk and you controlling what's going into your mind, well, then you're going to control how your body feels. So those were the 11 tips that were shared in the podcast. So number 1, I'm going to recap. Exercise smart. Number 2, get more sleep. Number 3, make sure that your digestive tract is clean with some good food. Number 4, eat energy smart foods. Number 5, stay hydrated. Number 6 is to drink a greens drink. Number 7 is to use a natural caffeine if needed. Number 8 is to keep feeding your mind. Number 9 is to meditate and do those deep breathing. Number 10 is to recharge, but based on your personality type. And then number 11 is to program your subconscious with self-positive talk. So I hope that this was informational for you. Please leave me a comment below to let me know if this was, something that was positive for you. If you found some value, share this video with your friends, and I will talk to you later. Take care. Bye.